Kugan Cassius, IFL TV in Sheffield here at Ponds Forge. With me I've got trainer Dominic Ingle. Proud moment for you to see Kid Galahad lift that European title?
Yeah, 10 years in the gym. He's done the British, he's done the European, so he's got some pedigree. And it was a cautious performance by Barry, to be honest. We didn't see much about this kid. But you can never underestimate him. He trained, 100%. He got a couple of losses on his record, and he'd actually been stopped, I think, once. But it wasn't a proper stoppage. I think the kid injured himself. And you just can't take these guys lightly. It was like Kell Brook last week. The Mexican guy he boxed was tough as nails. He took every single shot Kell gave him, and he would have been there to the end if the referee hadn't jumped in. And tonight Barry's lifted the European belt. Similar opponent, a tough, mature kid, 31 years old, fantastic shape. And mature with it and very crafty. So yeah, a fantastic moment.
As tough as he was, Dominic, it didn't seem like Kid Galahad really had to get out of second gear to beat him tonight.
I think with Barry, with Jazzy Dickens, there was a bit of needle there before, and it was a British title fight. He was unbeaten, and Barry had to really step up the gears. But to be honest, for me, that fight tonight was actually a tougher fight than Jazzy Dickens. Barry was settled, he was relaxed. He came out, he didn't have a mark on him. The kid, swung a few shots, and he caught Barry with a decent shot, I think, in the second round, a good shot. What actually made Barry bubble a little bit, but he composed himself, and he came back at the kid and kept him well under control all the way through the fight.
Kid Galahad's now done things, the right way in terms of belts now. So I suppose after maybe a couple of defences of the European, it's all about the rankings within the world governing bodies. Is that something you'll look at now? Yeah,
Mick Hennessey's put a lot of time and effort and money behind Kid Galahad. It's fantastic that he's on Channel 5. He's getting the exposure to the masses, and he's doing well. So yeah, he's got to a couple of defences, and Mick Hennessey's an ambitious promoter. He likes to match them hard. And I would imagine within 2 or 3, European defences, that's what he did with Junior, which I think Junior had 2 or 3 defences, then got him a world title shot. And Barry's 24, he's coming into his peak and his prime, so really we don't want to be hanging around too long. I'm going to get up in the mix and hopefully win the belt and get into a world title fight.
You believe that we are yet to see the very best of Kid Galahad?
Yeah, tonight he controlled the guy, but a lot of people say, yeah, well, the kid was no good, he wasn't, experienced. But, I remember watching Frampton against the last guy he boxed, and I think it was a French guy who got a good record. And, to be honest, this guy tonight was tougher than him. And, Frampton quite rightly finished him off in, the later rounds. But, the more rounds that Barry gets under his belt, it's all money in the bank. It's experience. And, like I say, fair play to Barry, he had it under control. He kept his head when he got caught with the shot. He controlled the pace, and the kid never did anything to frighten him enough, really, to Barry to step it up. He never put Barry in a situation where Barry had to, really go through the gears and finish the kid off.
European champion now under your gym. In a few months' time, be your next world champion.
Yeah, well, I'm saying a couple of months. We're in March now. I would imagine, how these things work. It could take anywhere from 12 to 16 months, but in the meantime, we're not going to start making easy defences and stuff like that. He's got to really, if you can't get the fights once at European level, he's going to have to start getting matched with decent kids in the top 10 rankings of the world organisations.
Do you know what? I was actually referring to Kell Brook there. Sorry, I should have made that a little bit more clearer. Should have made that clearer. I was just touching on the fact by July 19th.
Yeah. Kell, it just seems. I don't particularly feel sorry for Kell, but it's just been a long journey with Kell. He's been in the gym a long time. He's been training for this world title fight a long time, and he's focused and he's latched on. He's a bit like an Exocet missile. He's latched on to the prize, and he's got his teeth into it, and he's not gonna lose his mind on this one. Really, that last fight, he didn't need to do it. It wasn't a fight he needed to take. It was actually a bit of a banana skin fight. But Kell just turned around and said, "Well, really, I've got to fight anybody who's put in front of me, no matter who they are. I can't just be hanging around for a world title fight. I need to keep active, and hopefully that kid actually, for me, was, you know, the kind of version he's going to get against. If he ends up fighting Porter, who's a little bit short, he's a bit of a brawl, he's a bit of rough house, you know, likes to work inside. It was actually probably quite a good warm-up fight for Kell in that sense, because Kell hit him with everything, and the kid was still stood there. He slipped a couple of shots with Kell, worked to his body, and Porter's going to be the same kind of fight. He's not going to make it easy for Kell. He's going to make it messy, like he did against Alexander, and it'll be a lesson to Kell. You know, he's had a bit of a taste for it. You know, obviously if Galahad'S wins it, you know, it's a totally different ball game. Eddie might have to get him another warm up for somebody else who can hit and move, but maybe just sparring with Junior Witter will do that. But whichever way, you know, whoever comes out on that fight, Porter or Galahad'S, you know, Kell will be ready.
But in all honesty, with the fight not that far away, it's unlikely that Kell will fight before that shot at Porter or Galahad'S, isn't it?
No, I was only joking.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I say, I mean, if Porter's got anything about him, he'll beat Galahad'S. But Galahad'S is a tricky customer. You know, for me, he completely outboxed Sechenko. He played it safe. You know, I've seen him in some good fights. Cotto did the same thing, kept on the outside, did 12 rounds. You know, he's a tough customer. He's a very clever boxer. He's not a massive, powerful boxer, but he's very tricky, and he knows when to have a fight and when not to have a fight. So, you know, hopefully, you know, that fight, there's no injuries in that fight, and we don't get another extension or another delay. You know, somebody claiming they've hurt the hand or whatever. Let's just hope when that date comes round, Eddie nails it, and you know, Kell's got his date.
Let's hope so. All right, Dominic Ingle, thanks for talking to IFL TV again, and we'll catch up with you really soon.
No problem.
Thank you.